students killed in a dormitory fire at Biamungu Islamic School in Kagera region. Presidential candidates from various parties continue with their election campaigns in various parts of the country. And in sports, TFF's Ethics Committee has issued 5 million shilling fines to Haji Manara, Zakaria Habspope and Hassan Bumbuli for interfering with Bernard Morrison's contract issue. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. 10 students of Biamungu Islamic School in Itege village located at Karagwe district, Kagera region, have lost their lives and 7 others were injured after a boys' dormitory burnt down. The cause of the fire, which started at 12 midnight, is yet to be established.
We tried to pull out the bed. Finally, we were able to, but the student had already died. I'm instructing safety committees in all levels in Kagera region to go through boarding schools and those with hostels. Identification process has been challenging because of the state of the bodies, which has made it difficult to identify them. So we are in the process of taking DNA samples from parents.
And the Inspector General of Police, IGP Simon Sirius, arrived at Biamungu Islamic School to witness damage caused by the fire at the dormitory, after which he said investigation on the incident has started.
Taarifa tulizonazo ni kwamba vijana wetu 10 wamefariki na vijana 4 wana hali mbaya, wako hospitali, tutakwenda kuangalia.
The report we've received is 10 of our young men have died and 4 are critical. We are conducting an investigation and we are consulting with our experts. We don't know yet the cause of the accident, but what we've so far gathered is the building was not strong.
The presidential candidate for CCM party, Dr. John Magufuli, has urged Tanzanians to vote for the party again so that it can complete the job of building a strong, self-reliant economy and enable the country to gain respect internationally. President Dr. Magufuli said this when addressing a campaign rally at Mazaina Grounds, Chato district.
Katika kuhakikisha tunaleta mabadiliko ya kweli katika nchi yetu.
In bringing real change in our country, when I came into power 5 years ago, our country was considered to be of low income, a poor country. Today, we are recognized in the world that our country is of middle income. You must congratulate yourselves. When I came into power, no one expected that in a period of 5 years, we will have money and not on credit. And this is why we are asking you to give us another 5 years. So what we are doing, what is seen as wonders, we will accomplish. We've denied in numerous occasions, but people who are tired and politically bankrupt are still provoking us. He has already spoken, but I'd like to stress upon it. He's asking that he is given 5 years, and he will not add, not even a second more.
The presidential candidate of Civic United Front, CAF, Professor Ibrahim Lipumba, has said if elected as the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, he will make sure his government invests more in the health sector, particularly on infant and maternal health services. Professor Lipumba made the statement during the launch of his party's campaigns at Tambakareli ward in Dodoma region.
Investing in human resource also includes investing in health. CUF party policies stand for equal rights to all citizens, and this begins from the time a child is still in his mother's womb. CUF party manifesto since 1995 was for every child in Tanzania to have a right to a good education. and one that will enable him to get employment and have a good life, and that every child receives an education according to his ability.
The presidential candidate for Chadema Party, Tundu Lissu, at a campaign rally at Wambi Mafinga grounds in Mufindi district, Iringa region, has said that the poverty faced by many Tanzanians will be resolved by forming a constituent government so that citizens can benefit from the resources they have.
Nchi hii tunataka tubadilishe mfumo wa utawala.
In this country, I want us to change leadership system so that Mufindi assets help the people of Mufindi first. The one that decides who gets Mufindi timber are the people of Mufindi, and that it should be if someone wrongs us, we have power to remove him. It is not tribalistic to say that tea from Mufindi should be used to construct roads in Mufindi first. We want power to go back to the people, to transfer power from Dar es Salaam and bring it to Mufindi so the people of Mufindi can decide.
And the National Electoral Commission has issued rulings on 49 appeals lodged by councillorship candidates, bringing the total number of appeals that have been addressed to 244.
Imepitia, imechambua na kuzifanyia uamuzi rufaa za wagombea udiwani zilizowasilishwa na wagombea kupitia kwa wasimamizi mbalimbali wa uchaguzi nchi nzima. Rufaa hizo zimewasilishwa chini ya kifungu cha 44 kifungu kidogo cha 5 cha sheria ya uchaguzi ya serikali za mitaa sura ya 292, ambacho kinatoa fursa kwa wagombea wa udiwani kukata rufaa wanapokuwa hawajaridhika na uamuzi wa wasimamizi wa uchaguzi kutokana na pingamizi zilizowasilishwa.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has led mourners, including retired President Dr. Jakaya Kikwete and Ali Hassan Mwinyi, at the last respects of the body of the first Attorney General of Tanzania, retired Judge Mark Bomani, at Karimjee grounds in Dar es Salaam.
Mzee wetu Judge Mark Bomani anayo historia ndefu sana katika nchi hii. Upande wa mahakama kuu kwa kitengo cha sheria, lakini pia upande wa serikali, kwa kuwa amefanya kazi nyingi sana kwenye muhimili wa mahakama, hasa kwenye sekta ya sheria.
Siku moja Mark Bomani alikwenda kwa Jaji Mkuu Georges kumpa taarifa ya siri kuwa kulikuwa na mswada umetayarishwa kuziondoa mahakama za mwanzo kutoka katika muhimili wa mahakama na kuzihamishia serikali kuu sehemu zilipokuwa kwa miaka mingi wakati wa mkoloni.
Kama ambavyo wasifu wake unaonyesha, mzee Mark Bomani alitumia elimu yake katika utumishi wa umma.
His biography shows that Mark Bomani served in public service, private sector and international community. After his return into the country after his studies in the United Kingdom, he was registered as a private attorney on 21st January 1962. He became the third Tanzanian attorney to be registered in the Attorney Register in the country and the third attorney member of Tanganyika Law Society.
An ACT Wazalendo party today launched election campaigns for the presidency of Zanzibar, led by the leader of the party, Zitto Kabwe, at Kibirizi ground, Chake Chake in Pemba. At the meeting, attended by thousands of the party's followers, Zanzibar's presidential candidate, Maalim Seif Sharif Hamad, urged them to elect him as he intends to fight poverty and make Zanzibar an example to be followed in Africa.
To eradicate poverty in Zanzibar and to make sure that Zanzibar becomes a better nation than other nations in Africa. You will be able to criticize my government. Media houses will have the freedom to criticize the government of Maalim Seif. No station will be closed because it has spoken unfavorably about the government, and none will be closed because it has not supported the president. ACT Wazalendo election manifesto states that we will pay 660 billion every year for 10 years and pay off the debt, so there is equality. If there are those who feel that it is a lot of money and cannot pay, then they should agree that there is a union in few areas, so revenue from Zanzibar is spent in Zanzibar and that in Tanganyika is spent in Tanganyika.
Meanwhile, Chauma political party has also launched their presidential campaign rallies in Zanzibar, with the party assuring the public of good things to come, such as construction of a bridge between Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar.
Now, we'll build a bridge from Zanzibar to Dar es Salaam that will create more jobs and grow the economy of Zanzibar. When Chauma gets into power, we will generate electricity through wind turbines here in Zanzibar. The electricity from Tanganyika is neo-colonialism.
And that is all for the national news. International news is next. In international news, the prison department in Uganda has said that there are 400 confirmed coronavirus cases in the country's prisons and expressed concern as some of the prisoners do not show symptoms of COVID-19.
Slightly above 400 inmates now having COVID-19, but fortunately they are all in isolation centers. Cases in its the good treatment center for prisoners.
And Kenya's Vice President William Ruto has said that President Uhuru Kenyatta has no intention of staying on power once his second term ends. Vice President William Ruto made the statement at his residence in Karen, Nairobi, after receiving political leaders from other parties who are supporting his decision to contest a general election in 2022.
Today, we must bring down these ethnic barriers and ethnic bigotry that has held Kenya back for a long time. I am very confident, and I will do whatever it takes, and I will persuade whoever I can find, and I will work with everybody to ensure that the future of our nation, that the next general election will not be canvassed around communities, ethnicities, and threats. It will be canvassed around issues, around programs, around policies, around a vision that brings Kenya together and tackles the most urgent and priority issues of unemployment and poverty.
That's where we leave off with international news. Business news follows after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production. Infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
And now in business news. State Mining Corporation Stamico started buying tin minerals directly from miners at Nyaruzumbula Mine and Kera District, Kagera region, in order to control theft of the minerals.
The market has recovered. This country's resources are not allowed to leave our borders. We will buy everything in stock. The economy was affected and many stopped mining and some businesses were closed, but people are now coming back.
Farmers from Ruangwa, Nashingwe and Liwale districts in Lindi region have said they will not sell their green grams at the next auction due to the drop in prices from 765 in the previous auction to 317 shillings in the fourth auction.
The price is still low compared to the cost of production. We are not happy to sell at that price. I'm not satisfied with the price. It doesn't cover even half of the cost incurred. The price on last auction was 765. Today it is at 317. When you look at the production costs, farmers have decided not to sell and wait for the next auction.
Foreign investment at the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange has continued to grow, contributing to the increase of value in treasury bills traded last week from 13.33 billion shillings to 153 billion shillings.
In the past week, we've seen investors from outside the country are returning after being absent for a long time. This is a good sign in the market because of capital that will be injected in investments, leading to economic growth.
That's all for business news. Sports is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And now in sports. Tanzania Football Federation TFF's Ethics Committee has issued 5 million shillings in fines to Haji Manara, Zakaria Hanspope and Hassan Bumpuli for interfering with the committee and disseminating information to the public about the Bernard Morrison contract issue.
Na upande wa mlalamikaji alikuwepo wakili Herman Kidifu kutoka TFF.
Haji Sande Manara was charged with accusing, threatening and interfering with the activities of the Legal Ethics and Players Status Committee, contrary to the 73rd regulation, subsection 6 of the Football Federation Regulations of 2013.
The Dar es Salaam athletics team head coach Eid Muhunzi says his team did not perform well in the national championship because most of his players were representing other new regions in the competition.
Some of our athletes were patriotic, but others were bought, and they agreed. They followed the money. Some of them went to represent Kibaha. What could we have done? That is why I urged the leaders of Dar es Salaam that they are the owners of the team.
Neymar claimed he heard a racist slur during Paris Saint-Germain's defeat to Marseille on Sunday. Here is the story.
The Brazilian made the accusation to the fourth official when walking off the pitch after being one of 5 players to be sent off during the match, and later repeated the claim on social media. The PSG forward was dismissed for a punch on Alvaro Gonzalez. Neymar tweeted after the match that his only regret was not hitting the Marseille player in the face, having caught him on the back of the head. Gonzalez later tweeted there was no place for racism, adding, "Sometimes you have to learn to lose and accept it on the pitch."
Lewis Hamilton has admitted he never believed he would be in a position to match Michael Schumacher's record of Formula One victories. Here's more.
Won the Tuscan Grand Prix at Mugello on Sunday and now stands just 1 short of Schumacher's tally of 91. His team principal, Toto Wolff, has also flatly denied that Mercedes have any intent to sell their multiple championship-winning team after former Formula One team owner Eddie Jordan claimed they were going to do so. Hamilton won a hectic race which was stopped twice due to accidents and admitted it had been physically and mentally challenging to stay focused and secure the win. He now has 90 victories and could match Schumacher at the next round in Russia on 27th of September.
And Jose Mourinho was critical of his Tottenham team after they slumped to a 1-0 home defeat against Everton, describing their pressing as lazy and complaining about the overall lack of intensity, particularly after Dominic Calvert-Lewin's decisive goal on 55 minutes. Here are more details.
He called into question the mentality of his players, saying some had a wrong state of mind. Mourinho detailed the problems he has had with the unusual pre-season, citing positive COVID tests and quarantine issues. He did not name the players who tested positive. He also complained about the timing of the international break, saying his new signing Matt Doherty had gone directly from holiday to play for the Republic of Ireland.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. My name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Si unajua kuwa 2020 ni mwaka wa uchaguzi? Basi ITV inatoa fursa kwa wagombea wote wa nafasi zote kujinadi na kueleza sera na mikakati yao kwenye kipindi cha Nagombea 2020. Changamkia fursa hii itakayokuwezesha kuwafikia walengo kwa bei nafuu.
Wasiliana nasi kupitia simu nambari 0767777147 au 0658777147 au 0684302014 au 22277591 mpaka 6 au advertise at itv.co.tz.
Ngoja utakuta mwana si wako
Vigezo na masharti kuzingatiwa.
Karen, tell us, how has it been going at this year's festival?
Well, the turnout, Vanessa, is amazing as it is.
Thomas, hello.
Nice to be there with you.
What is the purpose of this meeting and who will be in attendance?
Talking about how African countries can stop relying to a large extent on...
We are definitely seeing a lot of deeply political films, either directly treating a political issue or with a political subtext.
Don't miss the live special report between Capital Television and Dashwell Television at 9:30 p.m.